The other day I decided to cut my own hair. I was tired of barbers and stylists not getting it right, and who knows your hair better than yourself? So, I grabbed the baby scissors and went to town. I had just seen a documentary where they were saying that teddyboys and rockers used to cut their own hair back in the 50s and 60s. It was a cheaper way, it gave a tougher look, and from the looks of the history books, I'd say it turned out pretty well for them. So this is how I did it, and the results might shock you. They sure did me. To make sure it was cut evenly, I pulled my hair up as high as it would go and only cut the excess above my fingertips, which was actually a good bit. Cutting it above my fingers ensures that I can always go back and cut more if need be, but keeps me from making the mistake of cutting too much and having to go to a barber to get it fixed. The goal was a short haircut that would be comfortable in the summertime, but could pull off a jelly roll in the front, elephant's trunk, or a regular pompadour in the back, without having to worry about the wind blowing the long and heavy hairs whichever direction it wants to move the rest of your hair. Here you see it already taking shape of a jelly roll, but I'm actually just trying to get more of a quiff in the front for my pomp by pulling it forward and combing it that way first, then combing it straight back. This puts a bend in the hair at the front and gives you more height and oomph for your pomp. What I'm doing is brushing it all the way out so I see if I have any excess hairs that I can still cut and make shorter. Because the shorter, the more comfortable, and also the easier it is for it to stay in place and the less work you're going to have to do on it throughout the day. I'd say we got a pretty nice pomp going with the length that we're at. I think we might be able to move on to the jelly roll or the elephant's trunk now. Yeah, that there is about as good as it's going to get on the pomp. So let's start pulling it forward and try to get the sides of that quiff to meet in the middle with the front and come down, making the trunk. This part of the process will be made easier with a hair dryer. I used one before I started brushing my hair and deciding what I was going to do with it, so I already kind of had it trained to go down like this. But to get it to curve downward in the front, after you're used to having a pomp, it's the opposite direction of what the front of your hair is used to doing. So you're going to need a little bit of heat to make it want to stay that way. Remember, heat first and then cool. Don't move the hair until you've cooled it, or you just heated it for no reason if you do. Now another little tip that might help is in the very back on your head, on the back of your head where most people start going bald. If you split that hair forward to backward and make a split right there apart to where you've got hair going forward, then you can comb the sides of your hair over that and it stabilizes the trunk and adds more oomph and height in the front. You can see I almost cut those hairs too short because it's just long enough for me to cover with my side hairs and still gives me just a little bit of oomph in the front. So I'd say I gave myself a pretty versatile haircut and I accomplished exactly what I was trying to accomplish. I could use a little cut off the back to make it more comfortable and more even, but it was a free haircut, custom one at that, so I can't complain. Pretty darn happy with it. And I had someone going to school for cutting hair tell me that she probably couldn't have done as good a job on my hair as I did. So I was really impressed with that, and I think it all just goes back to what they were saying with the teddyboys and rockers. Who knows your hair and your head better than you do? So it just makes it easier for our kind of hairstyle. I hope this has been somewhat helpful to y'all, maybe in styling your hair. Maybe you want to go out and try to give it a cut like this. You know, I encourage it. See what you can do. You never know till you try. So, hope y'all enjoyed this. As always, y'all know what to do. Stay greasy, keep it rockabilly, and of course, GTFO.